outrage and disbelief at the Premier's admission that he wants to appoint like-minded judges to Ontario's courts. Opposition leaders calling it a threat to the independence of the courts, while a new report has found the court system is in trouble.
We're not the U.S. Politicians don't get to stack the courts, Premier.
But the Premier not backing down, suggesting Conservative judges are needed to handle a crime wave in Ontario.
They're kicking doors in, they're putting guns to people's heads, and guess what happens, Mr. Speaker? They get out on bail, then they go do it again. So I am going to make sure we have like-minded judges.
He first made the controversial remarks last week after coming under fire for appointing two of his former staffers to a committee that helps select Ontario's judges.
Will the Premier reverse these appointments and apologize to the public?
Shocking that a Conservative government wants to hear from Conservative voices, Mr. Speaker.
Critics say it is an admission that the judicial selection process has been politicized and will erode public trust in the justice system.
I've watched judicial appointments. They're not an opinion, they're not partisan, they're not biased. And that's the way it's been. And the Premier's suggesting otherwise now, and that is simply fundamentally wrong. And just saying it, just uttering those words, actually undermines our courts.
Judges are there to apply the law, not to do the Premier's bidding.
We've seen the court system in this province virtually collapse. I certainly will not take lessons from this Premier on law and order.
Opposition leaders say the Ford government has underfunded courts for years.
Maybe he could give them the money to do their job.
And a new report from the Canadian Civil Liberties Association revealing the extent of the issues plaguing the bail system. In Ontario, 79% of people in jail are awaiting bail or trial because courts run out of time. The national average is 70%, and that's up significantly from 54% a decade ago.
At its core, we must remember that innocent people are being jailed.
The report found a startling 51% of cases across Canada result in all charges being withdrawn. The report found on any given day, most bail cases are adjourned. The report calls for an extension of operating hours and an increase in staffing levels to ensure courts stay open so that every bail matter is heard if it is ready to proceed. For City News, I'm Tina Yazdani.